Oh shit, what up?
Oh shit, what damn, you stole my joke. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, from just Lance of the Pants here, and with me is...
That boy.
Dat will take that. And it's time for Uncharted Dat Boy's Fortune. For the PlayStation 4, even though it's technically the PS3, but...
Well, I like Uncharted Collection is Drake's Fortune, Among Thieves, and that's it. It doesn't have a third game.
Yeah, it skips next to the fourth game. The third game never happens. Which gives us the excuse for when we get to Uncharted 3 just to completely skip it, because it doesn't matter.
Your real name's not Drake.
My name's not Drake. You want to talk about Uncharted a little bit, Philip?
Yeah, so, when did I played Uncharted 1, not when it came out, but probably about a year or so after. And I remember liking this one more so than Uncharted 2 when I first played. I know, it felt more kind of like comfy to me, if that makes sense. And, yeah, it's generally a good game. When I went back to an Uncharted collection, it has aged a bit, like the gunplay's a bit, yeah, but, it's still enjoyable. It's just kind of like a fun... It's probably the most fun out of all the games.
Yeah.
I think.
I think in terms of, like, in terms of fun, I'd say 2 is probably better, but
Yeah.
it's still, like, an enjoyable time. Like, it's one of those games, like, I think it's aged better than, like, I haven't played Infamous 2, and I haven't even beat 1, but, like, in terms of PS3 games, I think Uncharted, like, 1 is aged better, something like that. That's just me, though, but... And this is Nathan Drake. He is voiced by the guy that did Deadpool, and his name completely escapes me now. Yeah, Nolan North. I do like Nathan Drake a lot as a character.
It's weird seeing this after playing Uncharted 4. God damn.
And Elena Fisher, which is the blonde-headed girl, her voice actress, I'm looking it up right now because I forgot to actually do this.
She's actually a real actress as well. Like, she does TV stuff.
Let me look it up real quickly. That was a nice break in the commentary, but who gives a fuck? It is Emily Rose. She does a pretty good job as Elena. The only thing is, like, if you compare, like, model and voice swaps in this game, she sounds a lot different in, like, games going forward a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, the model is not, well, it's obviously because it's the first game, because they look a bit more, I don't know if this is just the remastered version, but they look a bit more, like, animated in this game.
Yeah, they look like
compared to,
cartoon
like, the second game.
characters.
Yeah.
Okay, what's going on?
And, like, with the voice thing, like, the song she's about to do, like, right here, the Pirates thing, it sounds a lot different from how she does, like, later on, like, in, like, 2 and 3, I think. I don't know, it just sounds really weird.
Wait, what are you talking about?
I do like the beginning of this game, though.
Yeah,
like, compared to, like, 2 and 3, it's not as good, but...
No, especially 2.
What?
To be fair, most of this LP project like us are like, oh, it's good, but it's not as good as 2 is.
What's worse?
It's not as good as 2 or 4. There was no other games. It just goes from 2 to 4.
Like a camera.
There's no third game at all.
Point and shoot, right?
No.
But going back to Uncharted, I'll say this, like, you know about this, but I didn't like this series for, like, the longest time.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was, but I played it, like, at my uncle's house, and I was, like, 12, I think? I don't even remember. And I think it was Uncharted 2. It's 2 or the first game, and I hated it. I thought it was really boring. And then I was like, one day I was like, I got a PS4 now, I'm gonna play this, why not? And then I really like this series now. I think it's one of those things where, like, I've just gotten older, like, okay, I kind of appreciate this more.
Yeah.
And I'll go ahead and say this here. This is like my DSP version of LPs, because I am not good at Uncharted. I like it, but I'm bad at it. And also...
Not even, like, being bad at it. It's kind of like the gunplay in this game is not very good.
Yeah, and it's harder to go from from playing 3 and 2 to this.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, we give 3 a lot of crap, but... Well, I especially do. But, like, the gunplay in that game is usually the best in the series. But I don't know about 4, because I haven't played that, but...
And you can throw back grenades, which you can't do in 4 for some reason. That's weird they took that out.
You really can?
No, you can't.
Huh.
Not from my experience, anyway. I don't think you can.
The funny thing is about their, the scuba gear or whatever they're wearing, it has, like, a thing made by a company called, like, I think it's Austell, I think?
Yeah.
Which is what, what's the name of the dude? He's like a little furry guy, Jack and Daxter.
Oh, yeah.
That's what he is.
I never
Yeah,
knew that.
just saying this here. I've never played Jack and Daxter. It just always kind of looks kind of boring to me. I don't know.
Yeah, same here. I know like there's an Easter egg in all 4 games where you can find the precursor orb, which is from Jack and Daxter.
Oh, you can?
Yeah, but I've never found it in any of them. It's the most hidden treasure in each game.
Oh, I'm gonna say this here. I'm playing this game on New Game Plus, so like kind of New Game Plus, I guess. So most of the treasures you probably won't see, except for ones I never found my first time playing through the game.
But where's Donut Tree?
I think I forgot to show him off. I'm not really sure. Also, I should mention, going back to the scuba gear. Obviously, you're not gonna wear this throughout the entire game, unfortunately, because it's pretty.
I think you can if you turn the costume on.
Yeah, it's a costume, which I do kind of like.
Victor goddamn Sullivan.
Oh, you can actually die at this part, which I didn't know, because when I first started recording this, I actually died to it. I was like, holy shit, I gotta redo that.
I saw you on Twitter, it was a hashtag, things which make me nut, and Sully was one of them. One of the images.
I do like one thing about this, and I don't think minigames did this around when this game came out, but this game actually has motion capture. I don't think minigames did that.
No, this is like a 2007 game. It's almost 10 years old. God,
Oh, yeah,
Uncharted
yeah.
1's almost 10 years old. God damn.
And this is Victor goddamn Sullivan, the best girl.
Yeah, best girl. He looks so young here.
Yeah, he looks a lot older in 3.
Yeah, and especially in 4. I do like how Uncharted 1 was kind of like a simpler time where it's just these 3.
Yeah. This is a really weird note, but I saw this on IMDb of all places. But this, like, Uncharted 1 is easily, not the best, but like, it has the least characters compared to like the other games. Because like, in like 2 you get like Chloe and stuff, so.
I think Uncharted 1, when we get to it, has like the most forgettable villain.
Oh, Navarro.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's really forgettable.
Thanks for the loan, Mr.
Sully's voiced by Richard McGonigal? I don't know how to really say his name, but he does a really good job. I like Sully. Like, he's probably my favorite character from the series.
Yeah,
He
same.
doesn't do much.
Well,
Well, he doesn't do much until like the 3rd game, I'd say.
Yeah, there's always like a thing where you're with Sully for a chapter, he disappears for ages, and he
Yeah.
doesn't reappear till the end of the game, like every game.
One thing I do like about 1 is that it's more condensed, I think, than like 2 and 3. Because slight more here. We're gonna be on an island for most of this game, so.
Something so secret and so valuable they couldn't risk it getting out. All right, Nate.
Did you follow this game like at all when it got announced, or?
No, I kind of more followed 2 than I did this one. I think
So was 2 your first game you played in the series, or was it this?
it was this one.
Jump to the good part,
Oh.
just for you.
So you probably know more about, like, because you probably played the PS3 version, because I've only played the PS4 version. But,
Yeah.
I've heard somewhere that, like, because obviously the PS3 version had, like, the 6-axis controller thing. Didn't you aim with that in the PS3 version? Doesn't it, like, affect your aiming a little bit?
No, I don't remember that. I beat this game twice on PS3, and I never remember any 6-axis stuff.
Finally, it. Yeah.
It's been like literal years since I played. I never completed 2 on PS3 though.
It blew up. It's
I
safe.
completed it the first time with the PS4
No,
version.
That's why we have insurance, right?
I will have to give Blue Point Studios this. They did a really good job remastering this game. Like, they're the
Yeah.
best when it comes to remastering games.
Yeah, definitely. They did Gravity Rush remaster as well. Now it's a good
Girl can hold her own. You
remaster.
should have seen her.
Did they do the God of War 3 remaster, or was that a different team?
I'm not sure. It might have been them.
Oh, come on.
Nate, do you trust me?
Speaking of remasters, going off topic, have you seen the Arkham remasters?
Yes, they
Oh.
look really bad. They look really cartoony.
Yeah, they look worse than the originals somehow.
I know.
Which is hard to do, I think,
Yeah.
for a video game. Like, I mean, obviously some remasters can look really bad, but...
I mean, do you realize that this could be
who did The Last of Us
the biggest story
remastered?
of the year?
Was that Blue Point?
I don't know. I don't think it was them. I'll look that up.
No, I don't trust him, okay? That's why we need to move fast. So just get me the camera crew.
Meanwhile,
and I
Worst
promise
Girl
you
was
that-
talking on the phone about something.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say, Elena is easily... She's not, like... I don't, like, hate her, but she's not, like, a very memorable character, I think. She's kind of there. I mean... She's not Chloe. I mean, we won't get to Chloe until 2, but still, like...
Yeah.
It's hard going from, like, 2 and 3, like, you have all these characters in the first game, like, oh, you don't really have many people.
It doesn't say, it just says, like, developers Naughty Dog, publishers Sony Computer Entertainment, so maybe it's just an in-house thing by Naughty Dog.
It probably just an in-house thing. I hate these sections in this game where it's, like, slowly walking with Drake. I hate these in any video game they do.
Same,
Like,
yeah, for walking cutscene.
yeah, Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions is awful about that, because there's someone at least in every level, and Spider-Man walks so slow in those games.
The worst thing they've ever done is Metal Gear Rising. A fast action
Oh.
game does that. So,
I
why?
know, I mean, I need to beat Rising, but specifically, like, it's the first, not the first part of the game, but it's, like, the first time you're actually, like, riding, like,
Yeah.
he has, like, his new suit and everything,
Yeah.
where it's him just talking on the, whatever
Codec.
the hell the thing, yeah, the Kodak, and he's just slowly walking, and you're like, come on, dude. But yeah, obviously, if you can't tell from the cutscenes because we talked over them, sorry, but we're obviously looking for the lost city of El Dorado.
Oh, goddamn Dorado.
Well, I don't get it. According to this, we're right on top of the mark.
Maybe you're not reading that thing right. Let me see it.
No, this is the place.
There's nothing here, Nate.
This is a common theme in all Uncharted, where it's kind of
Easy,
like,
Sully.
we found the
Relax.
thing. Oh no, we're on a detour. Now we're gonna find it. And there's like,
And then we lose it
yeah,
again.
but there's like 10 more detours.
Yeah. It's like, be specific. I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong, it's probably like an actual, like, treasure hunt. Like, I mean, I'm not a treasure hunter, and I imagine someone similar to it.
Yeah.
Besides, like, something we'll get to later in the game, but, I mean, it kind of sucks. Like, I'd prefer if it's like, oh, we're just fine. Imagine, like, a scavenger hunt, because it's kind of what they are, but, like, you just go from this place to this place to this place instead of, like, detours. I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't mind if they do, like, in one game, but obviously, 1 through 3, I don't know about 4, they do follow, like, a set formula,
Yeah,
like, completely.
definitely, yeah.
1,000 years older.
2 kind of mixes it up a little bit, but then 3 follows that, so...
Yeah, 3's basically like, when we eventually get to 3, but I'll just say this now, 3's biggest problem is trying to be 2, but it's not 2.
Like, I mean, it's Uncharted 1, but we'll talk about 2 a little bit. The good thing about 2 is it did try to be different as opposed to 1. Because 1, I mean,
Yeah.
like I said, it's kind of like condensed. It's like it's doing its own thing, which helps it a lot. Like, but
Yeah.
2 is more of like, trying to word this a little bit, but, I'll just say trying to do its own things. I can't really spoil anything.
Yeah, what you're doing now is one of the problems I have with this series, is you're not really sure what you can climb on. So you kind of like try everything until you find it.
Nothing yet.
I would say a lot of the deaths in this game, or in this LP, will mostly because I don't really know where to jump, even though I've played through this game before, which that's kind of my fault a little bit, mix of the game, but you don't really know what to do for, like, certain puzzles are a big problem with it, but, like you said, when it comes to, like, jumping and stuff, you never really know where to go, because it all blends in together.
Yeah.
And I will give some, like, okay, it's not good design, but I will give us some slack on the first game, a little bit, because, at least the PS3 version, because it looks a bit more, everything kind of blends in together.
Yeah.
So it is harder to do that. It's not really giving slack, but, whatever.
Drake channeling his inner Chris Redfield there, just pushing a boulder. Well, he didn't punch it, so.
Yeah. It's so the best about Resident Evil 5 when he just punches a boulder. Like, what the fuck? This game doesn't have Wesker in it, though, so it's not nearly as good.
Oh, I wish it did. Instead, we get.
I mean, we'll get to like
Navarro.
we'll get to like villains later, but yeah, Uncharted's usually pretty bad about villains. It's like I want to say it's like Marvel a little bit, where the other villains are really bland, but I don't know which is bland between Marvel villains or
Oh, I don't
Marvel
know.
Cinematic Universe villains or Uncharted villains.
They tried to make Marlowe in 3, like, but she still was a pretty shitty villain. She didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Clean centuries ago.
This is a really weird thing, but there was a rumor going around when 4 was coming out that Elena was gonna be Mark or whatever her name was
Yeah.
from like the past. I'm like, what the
Spanish guy here
fuck?
Before he did. the
Yeah,
hell?
so Elena suddenly got a British accent when she grew up, okay.
Yeah. See, I like that's something I don't get. They say Sully's in debt, but that never gets brought up ever again. I'm like,
No.
Any big bar tabs in Lima, I guess.
That and, well, just a few bad deals.
Yeah, well, I always told you to stay away from the bad guys. And the bad girls.
Yeah? Look who's talking.
I know we talked about Jack and Daxter earlier, but one of the things about this game was originally it started out as like a Jack and Daxter game just
Yeah.
for the PS3. Well, that's what Naughty Dog thought about doing at first, but then they were like, we would just rather make something else. So they made this.
Fair in love and war.
Which I'm fine with, because at this point, I wouldn't mind if they did like a different IP, like each console generation. I kind of like that. Because like you look at like the PlayStation when we had like Crash, and then PS2 we had Jack and Daxter, and with PS3 had Uncharted 1 through 3 and The Last of Us.
The
So
Last of Us was weird because like it came out right at the end of the PS3 life cycle,
Not kidding.
which you
Yeah.
never really see like game developers do.
That'll work.
I will say the puzzles at the beginning of the game are pretty simple to do. Like it's just you can most time you can just think about it. Like okay, I got to shoot that barrel, it'll explode. But like ones later in the game, you're kind of like, I don't really know what to do.
At least there isn't a globe puzzle.
Good point. I had a bit of a stupid moment here where I forgot, oh, you have to hold the triangle button instead of, oh, you press it once. I have a lot of those moments. But here, I use this in Rayman Legends when we LP'd that, but I recorded this at 3 in the morning, so that's my excuse.
Sully's probably like, Nate, you okay, man?
One has a lot of puzzles like this, which I'm not a really big fan of. Also, I don't like that, where you'll sit there and you'll do it, and then Sully's like, after you do it, he's like, oh, here, I'll do it now.
Sully's got that old man said he's punching the door.
I do that a lot when, like, when I have to, like, wait for stuff in this game. I'll just start punching stuff for no reason. But in terms of, like, puzzles, what do you think about Uncharted? Because I think we'll probably be, in agreement on this.
I just generally don't like them. I think it's a good. I think they try and spice up the gameplay and try to make it more like a treasure hunt where you have to kind of work out how to get to the next area.
I think there's something in
But a
Drake's
lot of them
journal
are
about
really
this.
fucking annoying and take too long.
Especially in 3.
Yep. 3 has
Fuck the
worst.
puzzles in 3.
4 has this annoying one
Yeah,
with
here it
statues,
is.
which
Looks
is.
like this thing is some
And
kind of
3
lamp
has that annoying
or
light
razor.
puzzle which doesn't work
See if you can
half
light
the
it.
time.
Oh, is it the one where you're like, you have to like move like certain like statues, like the light will make like a shadow
Yeah,
or something?
yeah.
Okay, yeah. I don't think, like, most of the puzzles in 1 aren't awful, but they're just kind of there. Like, there's one I do like around the, it's like kind of like the last third of the game. Well, I mean, we'll get to them again, but it's about like, you have like certain, like, it's like 2 keys, you have to like mix with that. I'll just put it that way, but.
Yeah.
Now what?
Also, one thing I don't like about this game when it's about to be really common, I don't know why I did that. I'm gonna blame it on at 3 in the morning. That's gonna be the excuse, but
I wish there was a
one thing
mechanic way of how Drake died.
the rest is just a fever dream.
Yeah.
I'd probably like that. But something about like this game I really don't like is Drake's jump in this game isn't great. I
No.
don't think it's like it gets better in 2 and 3, but. There are times where, like, I'll press jump to do, like, let's say I'm jumping to the right, and he'll jump, like, a little bit too far, or he'll jump when I don't really mean for him to, I guess.
No, I'm speaking of funny deaths. There's one in Uncharted 4 I did, where Elena was in a car, and she was, like, bringing this, like, thing down so I could climb on it. And she said, just watch out, Nate, and I didn't move. So she, like, inadvertently crushed her husband. And I wish that was the canon death ending. Oh, fuck.
I don't know, I get... 3 a.m., that's the joke. I don't like in this part of the game where you have to wait on Sully. I just don't... I mean, it's because I'm impatient, but I never like that in games. It's just tedious. Also, I edited out, and I kind of wish I left it back in. But that part where you have to, like, blow up, like, that barrel or whatever it is, the stones or whatever,
Yeah.
off of Sully can get down there. There's a part, like, when I did this my first take, where I got too close up to it, shot it, and Drake just blasted across the screen.
Hey, Drake, where's your brother? Where's your...
What?
No brother yet. He doesn't exist.
Not until the 4th game. See, I hate this puzzle. I really like. I mean, it's one of the first ones in the game, but I think it's one of the hardest puzzles in the entire. Not probably in the series, but in the game, I think it is. Which is stupid because it's such a simple one, but.
I wish Drake had his grappling hook in all the other games. Like, how much easier would have that been?
It would have made like the Indiana Jones what's the word I'm looking for here? Comparisons even funnier, I think. Basically, what you're gonna do for this puzzle is you've got to press these certain statues in order. Because it's 3 a.m., I wasn't really thinking about that. It's like, I'm just gonna push random ones until I can get one to work.
I did that in Uncharted 4 because there's a similar puzzle.
For the most part, that's what I tend to do with these puzzles, because, like, I mean, you're going to notice later on, but if there's, like, it gets to a puzzle, what I'm usually going to do is I'll sit there, I'll figure out how to do it, and then I'll edit to, like, after I, like, right when I do it, go back to the previous checkpoint, and then redo it so I can do it quickly. It's, like, the only one it takes me a little bit to do.
Yeah, the thing with a lot of Uncharted puzzles, like in every game, there's always a puzzle like this where it's just kind of like Sully standing at the bottom, where Nate has to press stuff, and then Sully's like, yeah, it's working. Every game has that.
The worst thing about this puzzle, I think, is it always cuts to a cutscene, and it gets really tedious when they do stuff like that. I get why they do it, because they want you to like, oh, okay, you're doing it correctly, but
yeah,
it's just kind of annoying.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you noticed this, but like, because Blue Point did this, originally Uncharted 1 ran at 30, but this runs at 60, and it plays better at 60, but don't you think the animations look really weird?
Yeah, they look a bit,
they look
probably
really
a bit
cartoony.
stiff.
Like,
Yeah.
especially when Drake, you're doing that thing to speed up where Drake was hopping along the side of a wall. It looked really weird.
It kind of fits with this game because, like we said, it's a bit more cartoony. But when we get to like 2 and 3, and they look a lot more, especially 3, because it looks a lot more realistic. It doesn't really work.
I think it's R1, isn't it?
Go back to the Last of Us Remastered. Does it look any different compared to like the PS3 version?
Yeah, I think it looks like a lot, not significantly better. It looks a lot clearer.
Well, I mean, like, does it look like a bit more like real, or does it look like a bit more like cartoony? Because I haven't played that version.
Well, The Last of Us kind of like had that more realistic art style anyway. But yeah, it does.
We brought this up earlier. We're going to talk about it multiple times. But do you think like Uncharted happens before The Last of Us? Because some people think that, but
well, the only reason people think that is because of that newspaper article in 3. But they're different universes.
Yeah, I don't mind, like, because Naughty Dog's just pretty good about having, like, Easter eggs, like, relating, like, the other games, especially in 4. I mean, we'll get to that, but I tend to think they're just in separate universes. The only ones I'd ever say, like, that could probably be, like, maybe in the same universe are probably, like, the PS2, like, the Holy Trilogy of the PS2, where it's like Sly Cooper, like Ratchet Clank, and Jack and Daxter.
Yeah.
Because like Ratchet Clank's like set like in space and stuff. I mean that could work. Plus they have like games together.
The
so
Sony Cinematic Universe.
Yeah.
Do you remember that thing where the Hitman film came out for Square Enix wanted to do a Square Enix Cinematic Universe?
Oh no. You know what though? Could you imagine a Final Fantasy, like a live-action Final Fantasy movie?
Agent 47 meets Sora.
Oh, okay, you know what? That sounds stupid, but I would pay to see Agent 47 just talk to Goofy. Just to see it, like, happen. Like, okay, that's pretty awesome. I think I kind of freaked out for a minute, because I'm like, oh, am I supposed to jump or not?
Don't tell me you're gonna swim in that.
Because it looks like if you fall through that, you're gonna die, so...
That's a... Nate, are you right?
No. He's like a chicken with his head cut off. He's like, I don't know what to do.
Oh boy.
See, I got really scared because he did his death scream there, and I was like, oh no, I just died.
Yeah,
well,
you know when it cuts to grey.
Yeah.
It's
one of the bad things about Uncharted is I think there are times where, like, Nate'll do some things that should kill him and it doesn't kill him, but there's times where he'll do something that shouldn't kill him and it kills him anyway.
No. The criticisms I don't get about Naughty Dog games is like they're just movies, because there's a lot of cutscenes in them. I'm not denying that, but there's also a lot of gameplay as well. It's not like Metal Gear Solid.
I can get that criticism with probably The Last of Us, because there are a lot of cutscenes in that
there
game.
are, but like, I think The Last of Us has more gameplay systems than Uncharted.
Oh yeah, easily.
Like, there's like throwing stuff, there's crafting, there's like you have an actual health bar, there's like more elaborate stealth. There's more cutscenes, but like in terms of gameplay systems, there's a lot more there.
To be fair, these games, well, Uncharted specifically, they literally are just an action movie,
Yeah, they're
except they're
just
a
like
video
Hollywood
game.
movies, yeah.
Yeah, they're literally Indiana Jones,
Yeah.
but that's why I like Uncharted though. Because here's the thing: like, I mean, I watch like movies for because I want to watch a movie. I want to play a video game for because it's fun. Uncharted's fun. That's why I tend to enjoy it.
Walking.
Plus, it's a Naughty Dog game. Naughty Dog's just awesome. In obvious fashion, every Naughty Dog game has to have a running sequence from the front.
Yeah.
Because I don't know why. Since Crash, they've always done these.
You
so.
should have edited the bolder music.
Oh yeah, I should. I might do that in
Yeah.
post when I upload this, if I can remember.
Okay, we haven't even mentioned this yet, but like the best part about these games are the character interactions. They are really good.
Oh yeah, Sully and Drake are probably they're one of my favorite like duos in video games like ever. I'd say because they got I mean the voice actors help it as well, but like they interact really well. Like they bounce off each other, which I think's really good.
Yeah, just there's so much polish in these games. Have you seen like the there's an animated GIF going around in Uncharted 4. If you shoot the rubble on a cliff, like the dirt falls down, like realistically.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's just like the details they think about.
I always like when games do that, like even something like Ocarina of Time, like if you pick up like a rock or something, you'll see like spiders and stuff run away from
Yeah.
it. Like, I don't know, I always love stuff like that.
Dorado, the golden man.
Why does Drake have his shirt half tucked in? Either tuck it in or tuck it out, Drake.
Yeah, just pull it out, it looks weird like that.
Imagine what that thing would be worth now.
Look over here. Tracks. I bet the Spanish dragged it out on cut logs.
Okay, here's the weird thing is there's like, this is a really weird thing, but we have a restaurant here called El Dorado, and every time I hear them mention El Dorado, I'm like,
Oh god,
are they want to eat?
Unless
Like-
what?
And what? Go ahead.
I was gonna say, it's just like, this is a weird thing, but like, Drake's a pretty thin guy, but like, in video, because this is a video game, he has like upper body strength of like a god.
A god.
Yeah.
Because there's some stuff he should not be able to do. I mean, it's a video game, but still, like, he shouldn't be able to do this.
He can fall from like 30 feet, like grab a bar, and like he can hold on without like snapping.
And that shouldn't happen in
without
real life.
snapping his arm off.
Stop here.
Because in real life, here's what would happen between that: either the bar would break, or his arms would like snap
his
off.
arm would fall off.
To get the treasure out.
I mean, it's Uncharted. You shouldn't take it seriously, especially some stuff they do in 3 and 2.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, you gotta question it. The thing is, they don't really take themselves very seriously in this series anyway. So
There's something.
Oh, I love this. Is one of the best parts of the game. I love this part.
which we'll see next time.
Oh,
Even though we're not in the episode now, but still. We have a funny cutscene coming up, though, so...
oh yeah, I think I know what you're on about. This is kind of like the first set piece in this game.
And it's a good one to start the series off, too.
Must have come up the river during flood season and gotten stuck. Let's check it out, huh?
No, wait. Something about this feels kind of hinky.
I like that line, hinky.
Yeah.
I've never heard anyone say that until this game, either.
No, I'm being serious, Nate.
I tell you what, why don't you stay here? I'll check it out myself. I'll call you if I run into any Nazis.
He's gonna run into Captain America?
Do that.
Oh, wait.
God.
That's only appropriate because that came out
Yeah.
today, but...
Hail Hydra.
Okay. Looks like I'm gonna have to do this the hard way.
Which we'll see next time in Uncharted Dat Boy's Fortune,
That boy.
Episode 2.
What up?
See you guys next time.